Good morning everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm going to finish up some of the chores in the kitchen and then we'll start our day. Being married very young, I learned a lot of lessons from my Mennonite family and mostly my Mennonite grandma. And that was to make the bed every morning, and there were certain chores I had to do. Not just making the bed, but the very first thing we had to do was get dressed, get ourselves started, make the bed, get breakfast ready, and all of these amazing things. I say it's amazing because I was taught what to do for being a homemaker. You know, a lot of women these days are not taught homemaking and the importance of having a bed that's made and having all these homemaking chores. Look at all of my bandanas. If you think this is a lot, just wait. Some women collect shoes. I collect bandanas. I have 2 boxes full of bandanas and I wear every single one of them and love it. Yep, I'm known for my bandanas. Go ahead and put the clothes away and get this bedroom cleaned up. It's got stuff laying everywhere. Now, I may have gotten married very young at age 17, but I was rehearsed in the fact of being a homemaker ever since I was 2 or 3 years old. My mom taught me. I had to learn how to wash the floor properly. I had to learn how to cook. I had to learn how to clean. And I had to learn how to save money. Now, I came from a home where we were what you would call middle to upper class income, but my mom taught me to save money because they were not big spenders when it came to everyday household things. So I had to learn all these things. So at age 17, I was equipped as much as I possibly could for being a homemaker. But since my parents were older when they adopted me, I was not used to having children. And having children and being a homemaker is really different. But I learned really quick. I learned really quick how to be a mom. And those are lessons that you almost have to just live and go through on your own. Because no matter what somebody can teach you, it's not quite the same as when you have your own children. So now I'm working on putting everything back in place. I do this every week and just try to organize things. I do have a lot of things. And when I talk about decluttering, I'm not talking about being a minimalist. My mom was considered more of a minimalist. I'm a maximalist. I still love things. All right, I got all of my jelly making supplies together because I'm going to have to be making a lot of jam and jelly with the grapes. This room is all cleaned up and I think it looks just perfect. The pantry came out really nice, and as we are consuming the food, the pantry is getting less and less. And now we're going to make a little bit of a project. Now, back in the day, my grandma on the toilet had a crocheted little toilet paper cover. Now, she did not have the one that looked like it was a doll and it was a dress. I'm sure you all remember them back in the 50s and 60s and 70s. But she did have toilet paper that was covered with a crocheted little hat. Now, I don't have a hat, but we're going to make crocheted. We're going to make toilet covers that are pumpkins. I wish I could crochet, but I can't. But I can make some other things, and what we're going to make is something so simple and easy. It is a child's craft project, but it works just as well. All we're going to do is take a piece of toilet paper roll, take a piece of fabric, and then we are going to make toilet paper covers. I was so proud of the fact of how well these turned out. I said, Kenny, Kenny, come look. I don't know if he was quite as impressed with it as I was, but I thought, hey, this turned out fairly good. The cinnamon sticks did the job because I wasn't sure how I was going to put stems in. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm not the most particular woman in the world, but I like how they turned out. How's that for a little bit of some frugal decorations for in the bathroom? Pumpkin toilet paper. Who ever thought? Another thing I'm not getting rid of is my leaf blower. I love my battery-operated leaf blower. But I remember my Mennonite grandma, and she would have an old broom that was hanging at her door, and she would sweep her porch. Now, she just had a little porch, not a wraparound deck like we do. And this is a nice thing to have because it gets the job done so quick and so easy. I will be keeping that. But I do have a lot of my grandma in me, and she, of course, hung all her laundry on the line, and of course, would get it down. That laundry line sure is a time saver. I can just throw the laundry up on the line, and at the end of the day, get the laundry down, and it's dry. It does really save time, too, because in the summertime, it gets done so quickly. I plan on hanging my wash out all winter long. I want to try to live more active in the wintertime. So many times in the wintertime, I'm not as active and I'm not outside as much, and I really mind it then in the spring. So I'm going to make a conscious effort to be more active in the wintertime. And now let's go make some flavored vinegar. We're going to take some of our chives, and this is our garlic chive flowers, and turn it into flavored vinegar that will taste good all winter time. This is another simple thing that you can do is I am taking the flowers of the chives. Now the chives are mature now, so we're going to take the flowers and we're going to put them into a glass container. And all you have to do is then take either white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. I'm using white vinegar, and you use this when you're making all kinds of things. I'm trying to think offhand what I use this for the most, and that would be for pickled eggs. I use it for potato salad, egg salad, anything that calls for a vinegar. A lot of macaroni salad, I will use this vinegar instead of just regular, and it has a beautiful flavor of the chives, which is the garlic chives. So this is a garlic onion flavor. Guys, so much for watching the following video. I want to share with you this again. I have been sharing this on a lot of videos, but Daniel reached out to me
and I'm super excited to share with you a little bit of what he had to say and share with you maybe some upcoming books. He reached out to me and said, "Thank you, Tessie, for talking about my book." And wow, that just made me so happy. He shared some things about his life, and that is personal, but the Amish Off-Grid Survival Guide is the real deal. Like, this guy is the real deal. And it is amazing because he shared a little bit about his neighbor and things about that and how he wrote this book. And I just want to say once again, it is in the description box under every single one of my videos because this has transformed my life. If you want to know how it transformed my life, you can watch the playlist because I go from week to week to week on how this book, yes, this one, inspired me so much. Thanks for watching.